Welcome back to Witcombe Park Farm on Farming Simulator 25. Thanks for joining me once again, September 1. Catch you up on a few things then. So, for the last episodes, yeah, I am an absolute tool. I've got my speed run on here. I've given myself a double speed run because the running is doing my head in at the moment. Yeah, basically this field went to waste, didn't it? So what can you do? And we probably now, with it being in growth stage 4 and it's September, we probably won't get another cut out of this year. So that is quite the kick in the teeth. But hey ho, we have got the maize silage coming through, so that'll do for silage. And hopefully, as you can see, I have now cut this field, and it's slowly, I basically run the tedder over it once. So you can see the top half is already turned. So if we get halfway up the field, moisture's reducing, and here we go, 7% bosh, and we get into hay basically, and we're laughing. It's just the bottom half of this field, 7.2, 7.3, 4, going all the way up to, what's the worst it's going to get, about 7.5 there. So hopefully that'll just continue to cook now today, and we should be able to get that in this episode as well. So that's that sorted. A few things to talk to you about. This is sort of it's not really a mod preview because it may even be out by the time you see this. But Oz has brought another mod out, and again, the talent on this guy is unbelievable. It's called Stored Bales Aesthetics, and what basically the long and short of it is, Oz didn't like it that when you put bales into a storage system, they all of a sudden were like always perfect. So he don't know, you can't really see it as well with these small round bales. They don't quite have the impact, but square bales do. Now, unfortunately, we just don't have that many bales on the farm right now. You could kind of see it down there, but honestly, trust me, when you do see this in its sort of full height, you can see that pile there. Like, see how this middle one is touching the wall, and it's kicked back away, and then the one above it is sort of kicking out away from it, and again towards us. It just makes it just like that look just a bit more human. And just real. And also, I think, and we should see this within the silage bales over here, they haven't. That's interesting. They're meant to stay round, and they don't. They go back to being base game shaped. That's interesting. Maybe then, let's get 3,500 litres per bale. All right. If I take all of these out, so that we got that, and then let's dev control this then. Let's do a little experiment whilst we're here. So I've got to work out which one of the sizes it is. The 125, isn't it? But I've messed with the 125, so I wonder if this is going to work or not. So we'll go with wrapped, and we'll go with black. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll go with... Ah, cool. Let's go orange. Let's chuck a couple of these in. Ah, that's interesting. So, do you see though, it's kicked these out massively. How cool is that? Just how cool is that? Honestly, I think it's brilliant. I really, really do. So what we'll do is we'll put another, 5 of those in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why'd you fall over there, mate? You shouldn't have gone over there. Where have you all gone? You're on the blinking roof, aren't you? Oh man, mids, what's wrong with you? You're such a tool. Right. So I thought they were going to retain their shape, but they're clearly not as much as I thought they were. But nonetheless, so you can see that actually shows it a little bit better how they're just not quite perfectly stacked on top of each other. Such a clever mod. What am I going to do to get rid of these? What can I do? Because that's sort of cheating if we retain these. I might have to get the skip. Black Ice brought out a new version of the shed. I mean, this is the new version as well, because it's the one I had was like in tatters, wasn't it? So it's the new version. I still think that plane is awful, and I had two versions of this in my mods. I couldn't work it out, and I can't find now the one that I was running unless I got it from like a third-party site or something. But the one that this is the official Black Ice version. It's the updated version, and yeah, I must be doing something isn't right because I deleted the old one. So this isn't the that's got a bit of a flicker on it as well, isn't it? Yeah, I deleted the original. So I put the cows into the herdsman stick, got them out of the way, deleted this one, removed the mod completely, and then put the new mod in, came back in, built this one in, sorted all the finances out, put the cows back in, topped the feed and straw back up to the same levels that we had. And yeah, this is what we're left with. So I'm still not convinced on this one. The shed is brilliant. The shed is absolutely gorgeous. It's just that little fill plane there, isn't it? But there we are. Everything else, though, is all good. Cows are all good. Random planes that I've sort of put in the other ones are all fine. I did start messing with this one and trying to put straw out here, or just make it look a bit better, but I just can't. I just cannot find a sort of way of doing it, really. Because we could, I mean, the only thing is I hadn't actually tried this yet is, and we may as well do it whilst we're in the episode, because why not? Is it in this? I can never remember where the sort of tyre tracks and dirt marks are. I thought it was in here, but it doesn't look like it is, which would mean it would be in others then, is it? Or have I not even got it on this as a mod? What on earth? Oh, cool. Maybe I should put those in my shed for Oz's mod. I could have sworn I had tire marks and floor marks and stuff on this save, but I obviously haven't. Right, so lights and fences ain't going to be anywhere else. Let me just see. No. No. Oh well, I'll go dig it. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what we could do really to make this area a bit better, because I don't like that it's just so, it's not even dirty. Yeah, I don't know. I am gonna have to do something at some point with it, but that's a rainy day project. Right, so talking on the main side, so here we are. This is 6 of 7, so that's almost good to go. So that'll be good. Maybe if I get the skip and then just reimburse myself, I could lob all of those. It'd be nice actually to have the skip here to get rid of things like that. I always like that mod. What else do I need to talk to you about? I don't think there's too much really. I've done all the prepping that we need to on the field over there, which is our next task essentially. So that's why the Massey is good to go here with the cedar. So that's been cultivated and basically prepped now completely. So it's good to go. If we have a little look at the precision farming on it, where is she? 53. So the pH is good. The nitrogen is all right. What I might do is plant in and then maybe put another hit over the top of it with the liquid fert, just to see if that helps. It's just these weird patches. I just don't get it. I don't get what's happened there with the worker. It's really strange. But yeah, other than that, it's it's basically as we were. So still haven't used the slurry mod yet. Can't wait to use that from Oscar Modding. So it's really good. It's so good. That cow's over here. We did lose a, what did we lose? A sheep died, which was a bit of a surprise out of nowhere. Can I get over the wall? Yes. Hello, cows. Hello, you gorgeous things. Yeah, so sheep died. I've pushed all the wool just out of the way, basically. Oh, we've left the gate open as well. Come on, mids. So we can just carry on, because we've got a little bit of time before we need to sell the wool. Milk, we're going to need to get rid of next month, so we'll have to address that. And the goats are barely doing anything, really. We've only got 14 of them, to be fair, so can't really expect much from that. Where's my weather vane? There it is, up there. Ah, that's another thing. If we go into... Why is that not showing up then? Now that's interesting. On a few of my other saves, I've got weather information at the top of the screen giving me a percentage chance of the rain, whereas I thought that was an X's mod doing that. But it quite clearly isn't, because it's not showing. How bizarre. I have to go and look into that and see what's causing it. I was going to go with like straw, wasn't I? Because we did an oat field. But I haven't done canola in ages on FS. So I think just to mix it up a little bit, we're going to put a canola field in. I mean, we'll still get a little bit of straw from it because we've got the mod on that gives us straw from canola, so won't be the end of the world. We need to move that as well, Midge. That's just lying out in the all sorts of bad weather. Talking of weather, there is no bad weather on the way today, so that's one good thing. Really, we should. Why don't we just buy some solid fert, deliver it to the farm, put it in this thing, and see if that helps. Where is... Ah, the Blinkeneck. The Merlot is in for service. So that's why I can't select her, because she's going to be, and she's having a full inspection for a few hours, so I can't even use her now to pick up the... If I was to buy it, yeah, so we could cancel procedure, but then we're wasting money. In progress until 6:30, so we got a good few hours yet, so that's no good to us. And we don't have a front loader on anything, do we? So is this maybe the time to get a front loader onto that JCB? I think it probably is. It's a sort of stopgap. So if we have it delivered, because I don't see this as cheating at all, because you pay the fee, don't you? So I just need to know. I'm assuming the front loader that we would have. Does my head in? I've got to do this every time. On the fast track, which is this one from Mark Thor. Front loader is, yeah, it's quick. Right. So if we go into this, could we get away with 6 meters? Probably look a bit weird, I think. Ay. Do we risk it for a biscuit? We put down 50% and we'll go with 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, 2 years, option 1, so there's no final fee, and just get it over and done with and purchase that. Excellent. We will then grab some front loader tools. So we need, what are we going to have? Solid fert in a big bag, ideally. probably the way to go. What have we got up here? What have we actually got in our little garage? There's definitely some stuff over here. That's seeds. That's just wrap. Is this all seeds? Okay, so there's just seeds in there. Is there anything in these garages? I'm sure I had some solid fert somewhere. More bloody seeds. Jesus, mids. That's a bit annoying. Right, so just want to make sure I haven't hidden them anywhere else, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. So we're going to need a tool to go on the front of it depending on what we buy. So let's have a look. Where is yield improvements, consumables, lime. Solid fert 500 litre. These are the ones, aren't they? They're the best value, basically. These are all 500 litre. That's 1,000 litres for £960. Solid fert. Yeah, it's basically more than half the price. So let's get 2 bags of that delivered. Thanking you, and £50 delivery cost, and then we will take a... Oh, do we do the whole big bag thing with the bale spike as well, just so we're covered off all the time? It's probably the right thing to do, really. Where is she? There we go. So let's get that for, just buy that right. Lovely. So you watch this not work now, or not fit, or something ridiculous like that. I'll be livid. It's a wicked track, this. I do love it. I just wish it had the interactive controls on it. Right. That's not too bad. It's maybe a touch long. I could probably do the weight on the back of this, but hey ho. Still got skip strength on from that little test that we conducted. Yeah, that probably is too long, really, isn't it? But it wouldn't look too bad. But if we had a weight on the front, it would look even stupider then, really, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's fold these up like so. Lovely. And then we should... Let's get this. Come on, mids. Straighten out, mate. You watch that. What'll happen is it won't make any difference whatsoever to the fertilizer state of the field. Right. So, come on. And I can attach, but I don't like the visual of it not being there. So, bing. There we go. Cool. That... Oh, dear me. That is too long for this tractor, but maybe we'll exchange that for the shorter one. I do need to remember to get a weight for it. Right, come on then, let's get over here and get this thing filled up a bit sharpish. So it was a bit tricky to find which section this is as well. I can never remember if it's front or back. There we go. How much is it going to be able to take? I would have thought the solid fert would run out that quick, mind. Nice. Okay, we'll leave that as is, I think. Let's chuck you over here out the way at least. Returning the front loader might cost us a couple of quid, but whilst I remember, let me turn super strength off. Yeah, that might end up costing us a couple of quid, but it won't be. Why? Hey, go away. Tell you what we need to also do is get rid of the shop, and that's turn super strength. Whoa, why are you grabbing that now? You weirdo. What are you doing that for? Right, open sesame. Let's go. So the so on was it Scruff's new farm that he's bought? He's got the two masses that do the hood. Oh, talking of which, that's just reminded me we should actually check the massey. I'm sure she's beautiful, but better safe than sorry. Last inspection was 5 months ago, so beautiful. Beautiful. In we go. Oh, why am I getting a bit of a weird thing down there then with the percentage by next to the speed limit? That was really weird. What was that about? Okay, let's close that up, turn that off. We shall set ourselves a steering assist. Thanking you very much. Which is off because I was doing it for the recording the other day for the role play. Right, and that is 1, 2, 3. So our first line is the one that goes slightly over like that. So we'll see how this handles it now. Going uphill, canola going into the field. 90 odd% on the engine string, so that's not too bad. Here come the gulls. Dust cloud is all over the shop, and it is putting solid fert into the ground for us, because we can see it on our little mini map, and we can see our solid fert chipping away. Ah, excellent. That should sort us right up then. Come on, girl, get up there, get up there, get up there, get up there, get up there. Good. Good. Right, so we gotta may as well save the engine. Try and get her up the hill now, because our next line is this one to our right. It does not like getting up this hill, does it? Even with like this much power in the Massey, which is, bearing in mind, 305 horsepower, mind, and it's struggling that much. Jeez. It's not unlike how tight the turn this is either. Hopefully advanced damage won't play up too much on this. Ah, don't be too tight. Come on. There is an argument, I think, for only working downhill in this field, because the strain on the engine is so much, and the time it takes for it to get up and up the hill. I'm not sure we wouldn't get up there faster and then seed just going downhill quicker than we would up and down. I don't know. Thoughts in the comments on that one. I mean, is that actually even a thing? Would you do that in real farming? Would you actually like deal with slopes like this in a different way? Would you only would you seed in actually across rather than up and down? Like, is that where I'm sort of missing the trick, that we should actually be working this field left and right rather than like north and south? I don't know. It's, why did I say left and right and then north and south? Why didn't I just say east to west, west to east, and north and south, or left, right, up and down? Oh god, dear. Yeah, let me know. I'm intrigued to see what, like, an actual farmer, what would they, how, like, what would your approach be to dealing with this field in the real world? It'll almost certainly not be the way I'm dealing with it. That's like that's pretty much a shay given, as my social circle would say. I still haven't spoken to NX about this. Those, like, the lights or reflectors or whatever they are, yeah, little brake light reflector things, they play up something rotten through the dust. So hopefully I'll remember to message him, or he ends up watching this episode, because his mod is very clever, and it's doing an awful lot, and it's quite interesting because you see so many mods repeated, don't you, on the mod hub and stuff, and then eventually then you see them essentially, for want of a better word, ripped off then in third-party sites more often than not. So even then the original mod creator isn't getting that kind of credit that they deserve. I mean, at least some of them will refer back to original mod maker, I guess, but still, I mean, that's, for me, it's, it's why so many content creators will say over and over again, download from your official sources, whether that's from the mod hub or from GitHub, or basically wherever the original modder is putting it, whichever platform they're using, use that, please. But yeah, it's a very clever thing to take so many different, like, there's a lot of what NX's mod does out there already, but it's all in various packaging. And I was thinking then, I was like, if you then downloaded, let's say you downloaded, like, the engine issues, and then the tire slip, and mud deformations, and dust cloud, and you got 5-6 mods or whatever add up very quickly. Like, I wondered then, like, what happens in terms of, like, mod conflicts, because surely having it as one mod, like NX has done now, would reduce the risk of mod conflicts. It's, I think in my mind it would do that. I am really intrigued as to what mod I am running on other staves that doesn't give me the weird weather percentage of above the bar, the HUD bar at the top right. I'm really intrigued by that. I was convinced it was NX's. There we are. So what else has been going on? So bit of a gap in recording, so I'm, as usual, a bit rusty on my FS Play. I have basically been away for not a week, but we were away for about 5 days. Went down to just outside of Tenby, sort of Amroth way, for a little camping trip with the family, which was lovely. Weather was horrific, and setting up the tent in like a force 10 gale was absolutely not fun. We almost sort of Wizard of Oz'd the my smallest child, because we were trying to adjust the tent, and there was a huge gust, and it basically spun the tent around 90 degrees, and luckily she was sort of in the front, sort of, I don't know what you call it really, but the open bit at the front, so it just kind of spun away from her, whereas had she been in the tent, she'd have been inside it, and as it winged around 90 degrees, I probably would have launched her through the tent, bless her. So yeah, cheers Mother Nature, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, once it was set up, it was all good. We had a bit of I tell you what, boring chat of the week warning. Do any of you have a tent with the air beams? Because we do now, and we had really bad rain on one of the nights, and all of the air beams themselves were sort of like holding the rainwater and just pouring it into the tent, essentially. So there was quite a bit of water in the tent in the morning, and it only seemed to happen when it was like really heavy rain. But yeah, it was definitely happening. Every time it rained, it just, it would generally hold or retain the moisture within the beam if it wasn't too heavy. But yeah, I'm just intrigued to know, because there does seem to be quite a lot of stuff online about that issue being quite common with sort of air beam tents. But yeah, let me know if you do, please, because I'd be intrigued to get anyone else's opinion on that. But yeah, it was lovely. And then I won't call it highlight of the trip, because, well, I should, because it's not as if Mrs. Mids listens to any of this. But we met up then on the last day with Welsh, and it was just lovely, because we having met him, originally in person at Lama earlier this year. Yeah, we'd sort of arranged it. We both, he messaged me earlier this year to say he was coming down on holiday down that way. He was going to Bluestone with his family, and if I wanted to sort of catch up for a beer or coffee or whatever. And I sort of thought, well, why not me and the family go down that way as well, and I can see him properly then. And yeah, it was lovely. So we went down to Saunders for the day, and all the kids got to go, crabbing, and we went to the arcade. Thankfully, there was no farming simulator machine in the arcade. So yeah, Rion stuffed me in air hockey. I stuffed him in the basketball though. So yeah, unlucky Rion. And and yeah, and then we went for Chippy Tea, all of us, and it was lush. It was a really lovely time. So massive thanks to Welsh for that, because it was a lovely little end to our little holiday, in fairness. So yeah, I've been away for a bit. I haven't done much recording for the last sort of just over a week now. So back to it. I'm trying to put together a couple of episodes of the role play, which will be coming out over the next couple of weeks. My sort of plan is, and I won't go too much into it because I don't want to. I may not do this, so I don't want to be like, oh, it's going to happen, and then I don't. And to be fair, it's not as if my roleplay series is massive by any stretch of the imagination, but it's at least for those of you that do, bless you, watch it. I'm quite tempted to do, when I go in for my shoulder surgery, if I'm going to be off for a bunch of weeks, and therefore I should have the gift of time, I'm quite tempted to do a more of an onus on the roleplay series during that sort of period, rather than the let's play. So yeah, let me know if that's something you'd look forward to seeing, if you do like the roleplay stuff with Neil and Jim and Mids. I've got to figure out how to give Jim more of a sort of Cockney accent as well within. So I was listening, and again, I don't like harping on about the guy, but he sets the bar, doesn't he, when it comes to role play in terms of Scroft. So when I listened to him, I was talking to him the other day with Oz and Dex, and I said, like, I can't believe that he does the voice of Ross within the Farmhand. And I know he's obviously, it's edited, but it's, he's just talking, he's doing the voice, and then it's enhanced by whatever means he's doing. And I'd love to know how he's doing that, because my voice for Jim is obviously me doing a Cockney accent very badly, and I don't know what I can use to sort of enhance the audio around that change. And I don't want to go down the route of doing AI, because I did that with the original series when it was in America, and I was sort of doing a terrible American accent and then putting it through, and I can't remember the website I was using, my subscription was with. It might have been, was it 11 Sounds, is that right? Anyway, whatever it was. And yeah, it was like, you've then got voice actors, you provide the audio, it sort of transcribes it, re-records it into their voice, and you use that. But it didn't always kind of work as well. So yeah, I want to come away from that. I'd rather do it a bit more natural, where I'm just sort of changing, like putting filters on the original audio itself, whether that's like pitch and EQ and stuff. I just don't understand all that stuff. And yeah, so anyone who I'm asking a lot of people to get in touch, aren't I? Anyone who's any good at that stuff, or anyone who does roleplay and does characters but uses voices for them, what do you do? Like, how do you do it? Like, what apps or programs or websites are you using to apply those changes to your voice? Because I'd be really grateful to know what people are doing, to give a bit of consideration towards it. And I think as well, the other thing I'm going to do when I've got the gift of time, is I'm going to have a serious look at coming away from CapCut, even though it's gotten much better of late. And I've never really caused a problem, but I'd like to go to Adobe Pro, and I've got it. I just haven't had the time to learn how to use it properly. So that should probably be something I should look at doing. So right, let me go and finish this field off, and I'll bring you back in when it's time to go and check the grass field, and hopefully we'll get some hay bales and we can chuck them into the store, and we can see Oz's mod in full flow. Well, that took a little bit longer than I'd hoped. And obviously with it being September, we've lost the light. So I think, let me just stop it there 2 seconds. Weather-wise, where are we? I mean, we're looking good. So I don't see any harm really in just finishing this off, and then I'll move into sort of 8 AM September 2. And we can go over and sort out our hay. So the main thing I want to do is get some more bales to put them in into the sheds, just to keep testing Oz's latest mod in terms of the stored bales aesthetics. So yeah, I think that'll be the rough plan. I've ended up having to use the second bag of fertilizer. We went through it far quicker than I expected. The Merlot didn't have any major issues on this initial check, so that's now in for service for the next few hours. Just a standard service on that for the advanced damage system mod. So hopefully that will get through there, no dramas, won't cost us too much. And then the only other thing then is, like I say, just to sort of box on, get that hay sorted. And then hopefully start making some money in terms of selling some of the stuff that we have to sell in the next episode, including the milk and then eventually the oats, which might then allow us to do that sort of extension in terms of the building work that I want to do on the farm, so that we can start putting the stuff away a bit more efficiently and effectively. But there we are, that is that field sorted. So as always, the main thing here, I do definitely need to get a smaller front loader for that thing. That is, it just doesn't look right, does it? I don't know, maybe it's too much for a waste of money and I wait, but I think I probably should just send it back, get whatever I can for it, and then just get that smaller one. Right, as always, really important, we'll go and wash the tractor because that was probably quite a dirty job, and we'll clear the vents out on it and then park it all up for the night, and see you at 8 AM. Why is this so slow going up the hill? And it's running at 64%. 250 horsepower tractor. The thing's not even turned on. That's insane. I know it's got like, it's like halfway through its life almost. So 100 hours is the expected time for tractors. But that can't be right. Side note, the ground like deformation, whatever we call it, from NX's mod is insane. I wasn't even paying any attention. I have trashed this field. I'm so annoyed at myself. Look at it. I mean, you could see how bad that is, and I mean, it's pretty bad over here, but this is shocking. Absolutely shocking. So there we are. Now then, this is a nice little test, because we've got a bale in here at the moment, which is going to come out at, I don't know how many litres, but it depends. I'm not sure if I've changed. I'm saying this now. I think I've done it within the save, not the base game. Hold that thought. Right, weirdly, let's turn this off. Weirdly, my XML, edited XML for the baler isn't in my save. So I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to sort that out, increase the bale sizes, and then come back in, get the work done, and then hopefully I'll bring you back in at the point that we're collecting the bales and heading over to the shed. Right, first off, let me show you how much I've trashed this field collecting those bales. Oh my god, what a clever mod. I do love it. I can't believe, I don't know if this, like, a version of this just in its own form has existed previously, but I mean, that's just brilliant. And it certainly makes you think about how you play, because my plan was to sort of go, well, every other year we'll cultivate and put it back in. I honestly, that is enough damage to make me say, well, we may need to just do this month. But like, if I'm going to be doing that every harvest of grass, every 3 months when it grows, like, that's just too much work. So I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. Wow. NX. Wow. I do need to speak to him about the placement of that thing though next to the speedo. I am going to message him about that because I don't know how I can get around that, if I can do anything with the mod to move it, its placement or anything like that. I don't know. So I'll speak to NX about that. The way I was doing it was basically picking up 2 bales at a time, bringing them over. This is on its auto load, so then when I drop it on, they stack up neatly. And then when I've got everything on there, I unload them on the trailer, quickly throw the straps over, and that's why they end up in this horrific position like this, because they were all nice, but because it's on the slope, they've all shifted, put a bit of pressure, and yeah, it's ended up disgusting. Wow, I'm getting a lot of lag. Jeez Louise, that was a lot of lag. What is going on with my game? Strange. So normally then the sort of diehard amongst us would, or you, would then use the Merlot again to unload this over there. But we're not going to, because we need to be very, very aware of our timings, because this episode has gone on long enough and you have listened to me harp on long enough. So we are going to cheat. It is the way it is, but it's because I want to put a lot of bales into this storage and show you then what that looks like in terms of Oz's mod. So if we sort of line this up, and then we'll hop out and have a little look at it before we end up putting everything in here. Also, I don't know what's going on. I actually spoke to, for the 5th time I'm going to mention his name in this episode, I spoke to Scott a couple of weeks ago about this, and I think it's this bloody baler. So I have edited the base game bales, I've edited the Witcombe bales XML, I've even edited the net wrap XML for the bales, all to do the same, where they basically double up in size. With straw, when I did the test on it and it worked, without doing the net wrap stuff, just doing the Witcombe bales, straw was fine. It came out at 9,000 litres rather than the 5. So I was like, oh, great, it works. I cannot get this to do those other bales at a bigger size. So I think it has to be the baler. So I'm going to have to run some tests on that, unless anyone else can tell me otherwise, because I don't know what else I could possibly edit to make the bales bigger, because they're all now just standard 4,500 capacity, whereas I really wanted them to be 9,000 litres. So there's our square bales. You can see, like I say, we've already got the kind of slightly offset ones there. So we shall drop all of these in. Come on, get around here, please. And then have a little look at what it looks like. So we'll keep the straps on this for now, and then we'll, because I don't know how. The problem is with this one, the trigger is right at the back and it's not very big. So we'll just go back as far as we can, and then maybe we'll be able to do a little bit of a bump and roll. If we go forward and back like this without crashing the tractor, hopefully. Any more guys? Come on, there you go. You're rolling. I can see you rolling. They see me rolling. They hating. Come on, get in there. No, fine. we'll just come out here now, get out of the way so we can have a look at these. I mean, we've dropped off a decent amount of them, so... Right, final thing to do. Let's have a little look. And it's just subtle, isn't it? It's really subtle with... I try to jump on that to look at it. It just... With this, for some reason, with this bale store, because it only stacks them too high, it's almost like the mod doesn't want to do it. It's so weird. It's so weird, because it absolutely will do it, as we saw with other ones. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll just show you very, very quickly. Because then I can just delete out. So if I get out of the way and we find a silo, where are we? Let's grab one of these ones because we know it works well with these ones. Old, it was the small, so I would be stood exactly where it'd be useful to put it. So I'll just chuck it there, right? So if we come over to here, and we'll just dev in round bale, and they are 125s. What were they? They were hay bales. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just chuck a load of these in there. Oh, so we don't want the jumper cables. They're not going to be particularly handy for us. Super strength this lot in. And see what it's doing is it's changing the bale from the base game bale into the net wrap version. So if I keep chucking these on, but because it stacks them 4, I feel like it's... But then we never get that level of difference, do we? This one does it really well. Whereas when we run across to here, we just don't see that here, which is really strange because it's the same thing. I don't know, Oz. I'm gonna ping you in this, mate, because it's an excellent explanation of what is going on. I don't know if there's a reason, mate, if I'm missing something, because it seems so subtle in this one, which I know you're going to ask then is, what is this one? So this one is this one, the bale storage 150. Yeah, it's just really subtle when you compare it to this, which is really nicely exaggerated. But either way, it's, I mean, it's not so bad there, is it? It's not as obvious. It's almost like it's just doing those all the way through. But even that feels a touch more obvious. I don't know. But brilliant mod. So there we are. At least this time we have some hay. So that will keep us going for a little while and help with the TMR. I do need to do some more manure collecting probably sooner rather than later. These guys have probably got a couple of thousand in there by now. Hello, ladies. 5,000, so not too much. So we'll check the beef barn up there. Next month, probably October, we'll be bringing all the cows in, so it's going to get pretty busy in the sheds. Red tape mod, how are you looking? Because we moved into the new month, haven't we? So we're still chipping away at it. Anything? Have we been punished at all? I don't see anything. No schemes. Oh. If we'd known, I could have used that. Oh well. Let me make sure I haven't got the shop running anywhere weird, and we'll just drop those off at the actual shop, I think. So we will select the scheme. Spanks a lot. Our policies are all still there, so they're fine. The only thing I want to always double check is the animal spacing. So we are looking all right in these. I've misread that then as the same number and had a bit of a panic, but we're fine. I mean, we're nowhere near yet any of these, but that were all very cool. That one is what the one that's going to change. If we keep having babies, then that is going to cause us a drama. I need to remember to not cheat and get rid of these things. Also, Oz, the roundness there, I'll tell you, I'll chuck one back in just because it's an easy, I can just send you this unedited video then. And then it sort of goes back to that horrific square shape, doesn't it? But you can see like the differential there, and it's the same blinking thing. It's got to be something to do with that net wrap. It just has to be. What are you guys up to in here? How have you got such a massive pile of manure when it's only 286 litres? Jeez, you're going to be swimming in it. God, the plane, I'm telling you, it's a wicked looking shed, but the planes on this are just all over the shop. Luckily, I now know how to edit planes, so I'll have a play with that, I think. But there we go. Wow, I'm running into a fence. It's been a pretty productive episode. I'm pretty happy with that. We got some canola planted over here, so I'm going to need to roll this. I can probably just do that off camera, but I will make a note of it to roll. And I'm looking for my pen as I say it. Roll canola. Literally writing it. There we go. Yeah, pretty productive episode, I'd say. We've remembered to actually collect our hay and do something with that, so that's always a bonus. I have to have a little think on that field as to what I need to do with it. Definitely speak to NX. Definitely get to speak to Oz. Amazing mods, absolutely amazing mods, and where would we be without these modders? But there we go, we will call it a day there. As always, you know the rules, they're very simple. If you are new to the channel, please consider giving it a subscribe. If you are a returning viewer who hasn't subscribed, please do. It is the easiest way to support the channel. It won't cost you a thing. You don't need notifications on. It really does help me out, so please give that a consideration. And if you're willing, if the video's made you smile, taken anything from it, give it a like. It's such a simple way to support the channel in such a massive way. But like I said, we'll call it a day there. Thank you ever so much for your time and for watching. Be happy, stay safe, and we will speak again soon. Take care.